Welcome back, folks. It's 25 minutes before 8 o'clock, and we want to talk about your health at this point in time, particularly the health of your eyes. It's in its third installment. The annual iGames is a fun and educational event for the entire family. It's all about raising awareness for World Glaucoma Week. Glaucoma accounts for 12% of global blindness and is the leading cause of irreversible blindness worldwide. The event will be held on March the 11th at Fitz-Blackman Drive. We are joined by Sofiyya Hassanali, optometrist, and public relations officer Stephanie Marchak. She is also an optometrist. Folks, welcome to Morning Edition.
Thank you. Good morning.
Okay, so Sofiyya, you're the public relations, and Stephanie is treasurer.
Yes.
Of the TTOA, the Optometrists Association. All right. So Sofiyya, maybe you can start by telling us a bit about what exactly are iGames.
So the iGames is an opportunity for people to learn about different eye diseases and to actually firsthand experience and understand what some of their family members might be experiencing with eye diseases. So this year's focus is on glaucoma. So we want people to simulate life as a patient with glaucoma. So for example, if your mother or your grandmother has glaucoma, you're going to be able to put on glasses that actually simulate what their everyday life would be. And then play family games and move about and actually see, okay, wow, this is not as easy as I thought it was. And hopefully people would not take for granted what it is that their family members are actually experiencing.
That's fantastic work that you're doing to bring awareness to some of these issues. Stephanie, are there lifestyle issues and lifestyle issues that can affect eyesight, and are we guilty in Trinidad and Tobago of pursuing certain lifestyle habits that would be detrimental to our eyesight?
Well, I mean, one of the main lifestyle eye conditions is really caused by diabetes. So one of the things that you get is something called diabetic retinopathy. So basically diabetes affects all the blood vessels throughout your body. And that includes the blood vessels at the back of your eye.
Right.
Now, if you think about how small your eye actually is, the blood vessels in there are very, very fine, very delicate, very susceptible to damage if anything were to go wrong. So what you get with diabetic retinopathy is things like bleeding, hemorrhages to the back of the eye. You also get exudates, which are like waste materials.
Yeah.
And depending on where that is at the retina, at the back of the eye, it really can affect your eyesight.
Yeah.
Typically, it's just like loss of vision, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, these are all very important things that people ought to pay attention to, particularly diabetic patients.
Particularly diabetic patients, yes. But the focus this year is on glaucoma because we're this iGames this year, we're doing it as our World Glaucoma Week activity.
Right.
Right. So World Glaucoma Week runs from, it's usually in the first 2 weeks of March. So this year it's the 11th to the 18th of March. And it really is a collaboration between the World Glaucoma Association and the World Glaucoma Patient Association.
Right.
And the point of it is really to just eliminate the blindness that you can get from glaucoma by alerting the public to have regular eye exams for early detection. Because one of the things with glaucoma is that there's no symptoms in the early stages.
Right.
So there's no pain, there's no redness, you see very well. So you wouldn't know that something is wrong. So that's why it's important that you come and get it checked out so we can do that, so we can look at it for you.
I wonder, Sofiyya, if when you look around the landscape of Trinidad and Tobago over the past 10 years or so, is it that we have improved in terms of our healthcare system? Have we improved at all in terms of providing adequate eye care to the public, whether it's in the private sector or the public sector?
Well, there definitely has been great improvement, but at the same time, we still got a ways to go. And I mean, over the course of the past 10 years, the prevalence of glaucoma and other eye diseases has also increased. So you would think that as our healthcare system is getting better, that our eye disease level would also get better. But unfortunately, the prevalence worldwide is raising. So I think the most important thing that we can do is not just work on the actual health care, but the health education. Educate the public on the importance of getting regular eye exams. As my colleague said, glaucoma is actually one of the least detected diseases because it has no symptoms. And if we don't get people actually in the offices, no matter what level of care they're getting, it's going to be too late.
When you speak of regular eye exams, are you talking what, once every quarter, once every 6 months? What's the standard?
Standard is once every 2 years, but if you're at risk for certain things like glaucoma, or if you're diabetic, we usually recommend to come every year.
How would I determine if I'm at risk for glaucoma? Is it a hereditary disease?
It does have a very strong hereditary component to it. So anyone in your family who has glaucoma, particularly like your parents, siblings, grandparents, you are at higher risk. That doesn't mean you're going to get it,
Right.
but the chance of you getting it is just much higher.
So better be safe than sorry and do
Better
your
be safe than
exams.
sorry.
Or at least once every 2 years.
Yes, I mean, one thing that I really want to stress to the public right now is that actually in the Caribbean, we are 2 to 5 times more susceptible to glaucoma, which is irreversible blindness, than the Caucasian population around the world. So, I mean, to put us on the map in such a high percentage at a high rate, there must be something done about this. So I
Right.
really want people to understand that this is serious business. You don't know what's happening.
And it's a family affair. People can come out to this event and
Yes.
really
Yes, definitely.
get very involved, and of course become a lot more aware of the dangers of these eye diseases.
Yes.
A lot of us there are optometrists, as it's run by the Optometrists Association. So I mean, you can ask any of us questions when you're there about anything really, not just glaucoma, but just other
Do
things
people
in
have to
general.
register to attend, or?
No, you can just pay at the door. Yeah.
And what's the price that they'll be asked
It's
to pay?
$60 for adults and it's $40 for children.
$64 and $40 for children.
And we will be providing food and drinks and everything else for all of the games.
All right, so just remind people of the date.
It is this Sunday,
Yes.
March 11th.
Sunday, March 11th. 10
Sunday,
to
March
3.
11th, starts at 10:30.
10.
10 a.m.
Yep.
10 a.m. sharp.
Yes.
So really like
So be on time.
Yes.
And to what extent are we adopting better use of technology in terms of eye care?
Well, right now, we have a lot of new technology, actually. When it comes to glaucoma screening, other than having a simple look at the back of the eye when your optometrist sees you, if they find it necessary to do further testing, there are 2 major tests that we recommend nowadays. It's called the visual field test. Some of you may be aware of it. Most of you probably don't like it. It's where you have to look at a light, keep pressing a button. And the other one is an OCT. Now, the OCT allows us to actually take photos of the back of the eye, measure the tissue in the back of the eye, look at the health of the optic nerve, which is also in the back of the eye. And when we do that, we can actually track any changes to the optic nerve and the other vessels and the tissue in the back of the eye. So that way we can say, okay, things are changing. Why are things changing? And hopefully we can start to give you the proper treatment before it is too late. So with this kind of technology, which has really only been something in the past few years, and more offices in the country are allowing this kind of technology to help the patients. This is definitely an advancement for all of us. I just wish that more people would seek and take the initiative to come out, and then you get the recommendations to do these tests. Please do them. Please,
Fantastic.
Please do.
Sofiyya Hassan Ali and Stephanie Marchak, both optometrists and members of the TTOA, executive members of the TTOA. And this is a great event to bring the entire family. The yearly iGames. Yearly iGames. I love it. All right, we're going to take a quick break. There's still at least one additional item on the agenda that we'd like to address before we go, so don't go anywhere.
Baby, I must let you know that you're real. I cannot find the words to express the way you make me feel.